Hello friends, welcome to linuxhelp.com. Today I am going to explain the topic about configure and manage firewall with useful FirewallD rules in Linux. FirewallD helps you to configure dynamic firewall rules in Linux, which can be applied without the requirements of firewall restart, and it's also support dbus and zone concepts that makes configuration simple and easy. The motive for creating it was because of the drawback of restarting to bring the changes in effect in old firewall, which additional breaks active connections, though it looks difficult to configure in beginning, but its service and zones makes it easier. The following tutorial teaches you to configure and manage firewall with useful FirewallD rules in Linux. Now we run the commands to verify whether FirewallD service is enabled and running or not. The command is systemctl space status firewallD. Now enter to view the status. Here the status of firewallD is active and running. The next command to check all the active zones and active services. The command is firewall -cmd space -get -active -zones. This command is used to check the active zones. Now enter to view the active zones. The next command is firewall -cmd space -get -services. This command is used to view the active services. Now enter to view the active services. If in case you are not familiar with command line, you can also manage FirewallD from the GUI. For this, you need to have the GUI package installed on the system. The command is yum space install space FirewallD space firewall -config. Now enter to install. Here the FirewallD package is already installed. The next command is to list all active services, ports, rich rules for public zones. The command is firewall -cmd space -zone equal to public -list -all. Now enter to view the list all active services, ports, rich rules for public zone. There is no any active rules are added, so we can see how to add, how to remove, and how to modify the rules in this FirewallD. The next command, in this public zone list, there is no active rules are added. Next, we can see how to add, remove, and modify the rules in this FirewallD. The next command is add and remove ports in FirewallD. The command is firewall -cmd space -permanent space -zone equal to public space -add -port equal to 80/TCP. This command is used to add the port for public zone. Now enter. The next command is to reload. The command is firewall -cmd space -reload. Now enter. After reloading the FirewallD services, the next command to list. The command is firewall -cmd space -zone equal to public space -list -ports. This command is used to list the ports of public zone. Now enter. Here the port number is 80/TCP. The next command is to remove the added port in the public zone. The command is here we can remove, add, and type remove. This command is used to remove the added port. Now enter. After removing the added port, the next command is to reload. The command is firewall -cmd space -- reload. Now enter. After reloading the service, the next command is to list the public zone ports. The command is firewall -cmd -zone equal to public -list -ports. Now enter. Now we see the output of no port is added. The next command we see to add and remove services in FirewallD. The command is before going to add the service, we can list out it. The command is firewall -cmd space -zone equal to public space -list -services. This command is used to list the services of public zone. Now enter. The next command is to add the service in public zone. The command is firewall -cmd space -zone equal to public space -add -service equal to FTP. Now enter. After adding the FTP service in the public zone, the next command is to list out it. The command is firewall -cmd -zone equal to public -list -services. Now enter. Now we see the output of list services of public zone. Here the FTP service is added. The next command is to remove the added FTP service. The command is here remove add and enter remove. This command is used to remove the added service. Now enter. After removing the added service, the next command is to list out it. Now enter. Next, we see the commands of block incoming and outgoing packet of panic mode. The command is if you wish to block any incoming or outgoing connection, you need to use a panic on mode to block such a request. Now we see the command to on the panic mode. The command is firewall -cmd space -panic -on. Now enter. After enabling the panic mode, try to ping any domain and check whether the panic mode is on by using the command of -query -panic option. First, we need to check to ping any domain. The command is ping. The domain name is google.com space -c space 1. Now enter. The next command is to check whether the panic mode is on by using -query -panic option. The command is firewall -cmd space -query -panic. Now enter. Now we see the status of panic mode. Here the panic mode is on. The next command is to off the panic mode and then ping it with any domain. The command is firewall -cmd -panic -off. Now enter. The next command is to ping with any domain. The command is ping space google.com space -c space 1. Now enter. Now we see the output of google.com is pinging. The next command is to check the status of panic mode. The command is firewall -cmd space -query -panic. Now enter. Now the status of panic mode is no. Now we see the next command masquerading IP address. Masquerade, also known as network address translation, which is basically a simple method for allowing a computer to connect with an internet with the help of base machine, just a intermediate work. Now we see the command. The command is firewall -cmd space -zone equal to external space hyphen query hyphen masquerade. This command is used to check whether the masquerade enabled for external zone. Now enter. The next command is to forward all SSH port 22 connection to port 2222 for IP address 192.168.5.177. The command is firewall -cmd space -zone equal to external space -add space -add -forward port equal to 22 colon proto equal to TCP colon 2 port equal to 2222 colon 2 address equal to 192.168.5.177. Now enter. The next command is to list out the external zone. The command is firewall -cmd space -zone equal to external -list -all. Now enter. Now we see the output of external zone list. The next command to see how to block and enable ICMP. The command is firewall -cmd space -get ICMP types. This command is used to check the type of ICMP. Now enter. The next command is to add ICMP block on any zone. The command is firewall -cmd space -zone equal to external space -add -ICMP block equal to echo replay. Now enter. This command is used to add the ICMP block on external zone. The next command is to list the external zone. The command is firewall -cmd zone equal to external list all. Now enter. Now we see the output of ICMP blocks is echo replay. The next command is add and remove chain using direct interface. The command is before adding any rule, first make sure to list all the current rules in the public zone using -get -rules option. The command is firewall -cmd space -direct space -get -rules space IPv4 space filter space in underscore public underscore hello. Now enter. The next command is to add rules. The command is firewall -cmd -direct space -get -rules IPv4 filter in underscore public underscore hello space 0 space -m space TCP space -p space TCP space -d port space 2525 space -j space accept. Here remove the get and enter add. This command is used to add the rules. Now enter. The next command is to list out the current rules in the public zone. The command is firewall -cmd space -direct space -get -rules space IPv4 space filter space in underscore public underscore hello. Now enter. Now we see the output of current rules in the public zone using -get -rules option. The next command is to remove the rules. The command is now we need to just remove the add and type remove. Now enter. Next we see the command to change the lockdown rules in the configuration file of FirewallD. The command is vim/etc/firewallD/firewallD.conf. Now enter to open the configuration file. Now press I to insert and find lockdown equal to no. Now remove
no, and enter yes. After changing the content in the configuration file, then we need to save it. Press escape colon WQ. Here W for save and Q for quit. Now enter to exit from the file. After exit from the configuration file, then we need to reload. After exit from the configuration file, then we need to reload the FirewallD. The command is firewall-cmd space hyphen reload. Now enter. After make the above changes, make sure to verify whether FirewallD was logged on using query. The command is firewall-cmd space query lockdown. Now enter. Now the lockdown is on. The next command is to enabling fail to ban FirewallD support. The command is yum install fail to ban hyphen FirewallD space -y. To enable support of fail to ban in FirewallD, we need to install package called fail to ban -firewallD by enabling EPL repository. The fail to ban supports provides some additional secure rules for SSH, DDoS, MariaDB, Apache, etc. Now enter to install. Now the fail to ban package is successfully installed. After installing the package, start the fail to ban service and enable to make it persistent. The command is systemctl space start space fail to ban. Now enter. After start the fail to ban service, then we need to enable it. The command is systemctl enable fail to ban. Now enter. Now the service is enabled. The next command is adding and blocking IP addresses. The command is firewall-cmd space -zone equal to public space -add -rich -rule equal to open single quote rule space family equal to open double quote IPv4. Now close the double quote space source address equal to open the double quote. Now enter the IP address. Here the IP address is 192.168.7.112. Now close the double quote space accept. Now close the single quote. Now enter. The next command is to list out the public zone. The command is firewall-cmd space -zone equal to public space -list -all. Now enter to view the list. The next command is to remove any added rule. The command is now remove add and enter remove on here. This command is used to remove the added rule. Now enter. After removing the rich rule, then we need to list out it. The command is firewall-cmd -zone equal to public space -list -all. Now enter. The next command is to drop or reject an IP address from the trusted zone. The command is now we can remove accept and type reject. Now enter to reject this IP. After rejecting the IP, the next command to list out it. Now enter. Here the rejected IP is 192.168.7.112. These are the following commands: useful FirewallD rules to configure and manage Firewall Linux. Thank you for watching this video.